What's going on, guys? JR Sports Cards coming at you with another video today. Not something that is a great video to hear, but I wanted to report it over to you guys. I've been hearing rumors about Walmart stopping to sell sports cards, Target to stop selling sports cards. I referenced it in a past video that it could be happening, and there are more and more clues now that it is coming out. Before I get into the video, I want to say I don't know everything for 100% certain, but this is rumor mill within the hobby with proof. And so I just want to take you through that. But you guys heard Target and Walmart are going to stop selling cards allegedly. So Walmart kind of announced this 3 days. It kind of was announced 3 days ago that Walmart was going to stop selling Pokemon due to inappropriate customer behavior. There was some anecdotes of people kind of, going in and hurting other people to get Pokemon cards and stuff like that. And it just caused a lot of traffic. I'm going to get into that after we kind of go through these two articles. And then Target, there's been signs like the one up here, and I'm actually going to enlarge it for you right here. So yes, that sign actually does indeed show that in some Targets, they're doing a June 4th cut of all sports cards. And, this is not everywhere. These signs are not everywhere. They've slowly been coming out. One of my gold members actually sent me this, and I was looking into it, and a lot of people in the hobby seem to have heard about it, people that are really, really into the hobby. And so I thought, you know what, I got to relay this information. Hopefully this is not going to be happening at every Target. Supposedly, this sign was from a Target in which someone was, attacked pretty much by people. So some people are saying these are only signs going up at unruly Targets where customers are acting inappropriately for cards. Where others are saying that these signs are just slowly going to start going up in every single Target, and June 4th will be the last day that Target does indeed sell sports cards. Let's get into these articles. Let's hop on over to the laptop. I'll see you in a second. All right, we're in. So this is the first article. This is, honestly, I'm not sure how reliable the source is, but this is I'm just taking you through what you look up. And I'm going to kind of talk about where this sign kind of came from. So as you see, sources have alleged Walmart, a huge retailer in the United States and elsewhere across the globe, has ordered vendors not to stock trading cards in any sort of foreseeable future. This was posted on May 5th. So before Friday, this was posted about last Wednesday, I want to argue. So let's take a look at the sign. So it says attention trading card vendors, which is interesting because it's targeted at the vendors and not necessarily customers, which kind of makes me feel like, does this source have legitimacy? So the trading card categories have been removed from the sales floor, and sales of these items have been suspended due to inappropriate customer behavior and increased demand. Please do not stock these items until further direction from management has been given. Questions and comments can be directed to the management team. So what does this mean? Does this mean they're totally done forever? If this is true, if this rumored picture has not been faked and this is an actual, actual thing, then I would argue potentially this could be something that we could see sports cards and Pokemon and other things coming back, I would argue. Again, we don't know that for sure, but it says, please do not stock these items until further direction from management. So hopefully that means maybe there's going to be a temporary no stock of sports cards, although I don't know how demand's going to go down by doing this. I guess we'll see. We're going to get into what will happen if this does actually happen. Then we'll also get into this. This is the man that was attacked in Target parking lot over sports cards. I'll leave these linked down in the description too if you want to take a look through these yourself. Pretty much this man was attacked by 4 different people coming out of Target, I do believe. And he did have to use self-defense. So yeah, he did require immediate medical attention at the scene here. So this is stuff happening. Let's get into why this would make Target, stop selling sports cards. So that's what we kind of see with articles that are all online. Those are the images we have been seeing in terms of, what's going to be happening with sports cards at Target and Walmart. So why would something like this, obviously I think there's three main reasons why Target, it makes sense for Target to stop selling sports cards, and Walmart. So I'll start with Target because I'm more familiar with Target. I don't have too many Walmarts in my area. But first off, having customers, attacked for sports cards is obviously going to be a reason to not sell sports cards. There's no reason to have things going on, and I'm taking this from a business standpoint. There's no reason to have something going on with such a low, something going on over a product that you make such a low gross margin on. I'd imagine they may pay $10 or $12, $13 from Panini for each blaster box, because again, they need to make some sort of markup on it. Even if they paid $5, if you sell, since 20 boxes come in a case, right, they're only making $300 a case in profit, when that's really not significant to a store like Target in general. So to have safety concerns over it and potential, really bad events happening at that Target, which is going to kill business, is going to kill other customers coming in who are buying maybe more higher gross margin items like clothes, or I think they sell jewelry and watches at Target, stuff like that. It's going to stop them from coming. And so it's not worth selling sports cards at such a low gross margin, even if it's, high gross margin, right? Because if you sell it at $5 and you make $20, I'm talking relative to other products, right? There's no reason to risk having safety concerns at your store over a product that does easily not take too much effect on sales at Target, I'd imagine, in terms of overall revenue. Now, I mean, if you're Target in the situation, there's no reason to put your other customers at risk. If less customers are going to come to your store if they hear bad stuff are happening. Second, traffic. This kind of goes along with this. People lining up super early. Now, I know I lined up super early. And when I was lining up, people who just wanted to go into Target were getting in line because they thought we had to wait to go into Target. And so that's just causing confusion. That's causing unnecessary traffic, into the store. People are losing customers. They see this big line and people are turning away. They're leaving Target. And for something where they could be buying multiple things other than just one box of sports cards. That's another thing. People who are buying sports cards are buying one item. It's not worth to serve so many customers who are buying one item when Target is made for people to go in and buy multiple items. You always see people with filled carts in Target. So having one customer spending $20 is not worth having maybe another customer come in and spending $60 or $70 buying multiple items, right? And so the fact that one customer who's spending $20 is turning away a customer that might be spending $60 or $70 is an issue for Target from a business standpoint, and not worth them selling sports cards, especially with this increased demand and, again, those safety concerns. So those are really the main three. The margin on these cards, I can't imagine is too big. I can't imagine that, having safety concerns is going to bring people into Target. It's actually going to take other people that are going to spend more money away from Target. So eliminating sports cards at all is worth it in the long run, especially because you're going to have more customers spending more money on different items that are not sports cards. And then just overall traffic. They did the Friday 8 a.m. thing to reduce this traffic so they wouldn't have random people coming in, looking at the sports card section, and just leaving Target, right? Because they don't want that as a store. You don't want a customer coming in and buying nothing, right? That's just a waste of space in a sense. So they did this. It's still a little chaotic on Friday mornings, which makes sense. You have 50 people lining up. For Target, it's not worth them having to take multiple workers to just be focused on sports cards, because then you have to pay those workers. I think it's like minimum's $15 an hour at Target, at least in my area. So that's already $15 an hour you're putting towards employees. There were 4 employees working on this whole 8 a.m. drop on Friday morning at Target. So it's just almost like you're hiring employees just for this little drop that you're already not making a ton of money on. I would argue $300 max per case. So I'd argue maybe $1,000 potentially, $1,000. And for Target, that is not all that much. So if they do indeed stop selling sports cards on the 4th, and Walmart does stop selling sports cards in store, there are 2 things going to happen. So first off, I'd imagine Target will still sell sports cards online. I'm going to be making a how to get sports cards online video for Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss that video. It's going to have some really valuable information. So they're going to start selling them online. If you don't know, they kind of do random drops. I'm gonna get into this on Wednesday. They'll have more product online. It's still going to be really tough because there's going to be bots that are going to be trying to scoop this stuff off Target.com. So it just makes it super tough to get sports cards at Target. There's usually no limits for online cards at Target. So we'll end up seeing what happens in terms of that. But again, that's for Wednesday. And the second thing that's going to happen is Panini is going to start distributing retail boxes themselves. And the problem with Panini distributing themselves, they're already bumping up the price to what secondary market has it at. They had NBA Hoops blaster boxes on the website for $49.95. A $20 box at Target going for almost $50 on Panini website. And that's not a good look, because that means select mega boxes, or like future mega boxes, I should say. Prism Cellos, everything like that's going to be on the Panini website for just an absurd secondary market price. It is not, like, that's just crazy to me that we're going to lose total retail sports cards. Instead of a $20 box, we're bringing it up to $60, $80 on the Panini website, because they can mark up the price. It doesn't matter for them. They're not a Target. They're not held to a binding contract in which they need to sell these at $19.99. They're going to sell them for more, and that's what we're going to be seeing from the Panini website. So it's going to be, hopefully, and Target might cut online sports card sales. We don't know yet. They're in kind of a beta testing to see if this is going to work. Sports cards go in like 3 minutes online. So we'll either see, is Target going to keep these cards online? If they don't keep these cards online, we're going to be looking at everything coming from Panini. Imagine countrywide Targets, that product being put on the Panini website for secondary market price. That is absurd to me. Potentially we'll see an increase in the price of singles if that does happen, because people can't get these these boxes for like $20, $40 for mega boxes anymore. So maybe we'll see a hike in the market for a little. But I imagine there's going to be an outcry from the community. We'll end up seeing what happens on the Panini website. So what does this mean for us? Well, I am not somebody that, can go out to Target every day. I'm lucky enough where I can get to the drops, but it's just going to be really tough to get retail product. We're going to have to fight bots if this happens. We're going to have to pay more than we should have to pay for a box like this from the actual Panini website, which I understand from a business standpoint, because I'm trying to take a business standpoint from this. It makes sense for Panini to do that, right? Maximize their revenue. But it's just like Supreme. I think if Supreme clothing were to bump up their prices to what their prices go for secondary market, it kind of defeats the whole demand purpose of wanting Supreme, right? Because then Supreme becomes a luxury item that costs a lot, right? But now that Supreme is selling their stuff for cheap, and then there's markup after, that creates a demand, that creates a hype, that creates a lot of people wanting it, that creates brand recognition, that gets people on the website, that's traffic to the website, everything like that. Whereas if Panini, if you're just selling stuff for $50, $60, that decreases the demand, obviously, right? It's just going to be not as good for their company from a business standpoint, although they're trying to maximize the revenue if everything kind of sells out, which is understandable, but again, in the long term, it's stupid. Will we be seeing this change from Target and Walmart? I personally hope not, although when rumors have come out like this before, they've ended up being true. So I can definitely see this one being true. What do you guys think about this in the comment section below? Let me know. I mean, this would be sad. This would be sad. I mean, I used to go into Target in 2015, go pick up a bunch of stuff. I mean, even last year, or a year and a half ago maybe, because it's been a little while, you could run into stores and get a bunch of different products, and now you can't get anything, guys. Again, let me know what you guys think down below. Join the membership program if you want access to retail sports cards, as long as they still have them at Target. Hopefully they have them this month. I'm going every single drop trying to get cards. You'll be able to sponsor videos for retail price plus shipping. All the cards go to you. It will be rip and ships on the channel. So go check out the membership program. I'll put some information at the end of the video right now. Peace.